What if lightning could talk? And what if one man actually heard it? They say lightning never strikes twice, but what if it could answer? In the late 19th century, a man walked into the storm not to fear it, but to converse with it. He believed the universe spoke in bolts of electricity, and he was determined to listen. His name was Nikola Tesla, a genius whose mind flickered like the sparks he chased, a man who danced on the edge of madness and brilliance. While the world measured electricity in simple volts and currents, Tesla dreamed of a language hidden in the chaos of the storm, a code carried by the very heartbeat of the Earth itself. In 1899, Tesla left New York for Colorado Springs, drawn by the vast skies and relentless storms. He built a tower, a colossal coil of copper and steel, designed not just to generate electricity, but to capture the voice of nature itself. Locals would speak of nights where the sky shone brighter than day, where the air was alive with light and sound, and where the ground itself hummed beneath their feet. They called him a madman, but madness and genius are often two sides of the same lightning bolt. Tesla claimed his device could pick up signals from the Earth, signals from the cosmos, and perhaps even messages from beings beyond our understanding. One night, while listening to the strange rhythmic pulses over his receiver, he wrote something that would puzzle scientists for generations. The signals were not random, they were a conversation. What he heard, no one else could explain. Some have suggested cosmic radio waves, others whispered of extraterrestrial origins. Tesla, however, did not speculate. He listened, and he believed the storm itself was trying to speak. For weeks he recorded patterns, rhythms, and sequences. Lightning arced from tower to sky, arcs dancing like silver serpents, each flash illuminating Tesla's wild eyes as he scribbled notes that seemed incomprehensible to ordinary men. It wasn't just electricity he chased, it was knowledge. Hidden knowledge, buried in the raw forces of nature, waiting to be understood. Tesla's work was dangerous. Equipment exploded. Sparks seared flesh. Glass shattered under the force of the electrical storms. But still, he pressed on. For him, the risk was part of the communion. To touch lightning, to understand it, was to touch the mind of the universe itself. He imagined a world where electricity could carry messages to every corner of the globe. Not just power, but knowledge, conversation, even thought, wirelessly, instantly, as though the Earth were alive and speaking back to him. And perhaps, in those pulses he recorded, he had heard the first whispers of it. The scientific establishment scoffed. Newspapers called him a dreamer, a man chasing ghosts in the storm. Yet Tesla's visions were far beyond their comprehension. Long before radio waves were understood, he had glimpsed their potential. Long before the first message was sent wirelessly, he had received signals that no one else could interpret. There is a story that on one stormy evening, Tesla heard a pattern unlike any he had observed. Repeated, deliberate, intelligent. A rhythm that seemed alive. He wrote in his journal, "I am convinced that I have been contacted by beings from another world. The message is not in words, but in the flow itself." Some historians dismiss these entries as the flights of a brilliant mind teetering on obsession. Others wonder if Tesla was the first to listen to something truly alien, the first human to hear the whispers of a universe that had long spoken in silence. Imagine standing in the Colorado night, the air vibrating with unseen power, sparks leaping higher than any man, and knowing that somewhere, hidden in the storm, a message waits. Tesla did not simply imagine it, he listened. And in doing so, he challenged the limits of human perception, daring to touch what few would even acknowledge exists. But with vision comes isolation. His funding dwindled. Investors grew nervous. One by one, the authorities distanced themselves, and in 1900, a fire destroyed much of his work, scattering papers and devices into smoke and ash. Some say that with it, parts of the secret died too. The exact messages, the patterns, the codes Tesla had begun to decipher. Yet even in ruin, the legacy remained. Modern scientists have confirmed phenomena Tesla recorded: unexplained radio signals, oscillating frequencies, bursts of energy with no known source. Was it Earth itself humming back? Was it signals from distant stars? Or was it something stranger, something beyond the imagination of mankind? Tesla's story reminds us that genius often flirts with the impossible, that to truly understand the world one must risk everything: sanity, safety, recognition, to listen when others only speak. Lightning for Tesla was not destruction, it was knowledge, power, and perhaps, in some ineffable way, conversation. Consider this: the universe speaks in frequencies. Planets hum, stars vibrate. Even our planet emits signals beyond our normal perception. Tesla sought to translate these vibrations into human understanding. Every arc of lightning, every static pulse captured, was a word in a language no one had learned. Yet he heard it. And maybe he was right. Perhaps the storm is not chaos. Perhaps it is a voice, waiting, patient, waiting for those bold enough to listen, patient enough to understand. Tesla was one of the first, and the question remains: did the lightning ever reply? He left the world with inventions, with electricity, with wireless communication that changed everything. But he also left questions that linger like distant echoes, signals no one else could interpret, messages from the storm, whispers of a universe trying to speak. Nikola Tesla reached out to lightning and listened. He may not have answered, but he heard. And in hearing, he revealed something deeper than science, deeper than invention, deeper than history: that the universe is alive with hidden voices, that curiosity is the spark that bridges the human mind to the infinite, and that sometimes the most powerful conversations are those between a man and the storm. This is Hidden Insight Studios, where every detail tells a story and every story reveals the unseen. Keep your mind open to the whispers of the world, because sometimes the universe speaks in sparks.